Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes,
Facts. Boots.
and other stuff.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I am clearly not Zach. This is Mason with Mystical Mike.
Hello.
Hey, Zach had to do, like adult responsibilities.
Yeah, you had to do
loser
real things while we're here doing this.
But we're still going to give you your pulls of the week.
Yeah, and I will say I don't have near as much knowledge as Zach does, but I'm very excited about this.
I love, you can be generous. That's really generous with the near, considering your knowledge is like nothing. So.
That's true. That's true. Thank you.
So I'm just gonna do a quick run.
I've got plenty of comic book knowledge. It just happens to go from like late 70s to maybe 1990.
You know, Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
That's true.
You do know that.
Hey, that puts me ahead of a lot of people.
So I got quite a few books this week. I spent too much money, but it is what it is.
So how many would you say you get a week?
It depends on what's coming out that I'm interested in. I'm cutting back.
What's the average?
4 or 5.
Okay,
I just
well,
got 9 this week just because.
9.
Just because everything that I wanted to come out came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way the calendar works. Sometimes,
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes all the stuff you like comes out at the same time.
That's true.
But next week I'm only getting 4 things.
All right. So what do we got this week?
This week, mostly Image stuff.
Okay.
Image is just really rocking it right now.
Yeah.
My top, all the Image stuff I got Nemesis Reloaded number 4.
Oh.
Can't wait to talk about Zach with that.
Yeah.
That was Zach next week. We're both really digging it.
Yeah.
I got Tom King's Love Everlasting number 6. It's interesting. I don't know how much more I'm gonna keep picking this up.
Love Everlasting?
Yeah, so far it's a story about a woman who keeps keeps being like murdered.
Oh.
And waking up in like a different time period and reliving her whole life.
It's very cool art with the very thick black lines.
Yeah,
that's
not how the book actually looks, but it's a cool variant.
It's a cool color. Cover.
And I got Noctera 13. This book is definitely ending soon.
Tarot 13?
Noctera. It's a world
Noctera.
where one day the sun just goes out.
Yeah.
Or just doesn't come back up.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And then anyone who's outside on the day that happens turns into these monsters called shades, and it's just people. Basically, the main girl, she runs a truck convoy.
Mm-hmm.
And, people have to get stuff, so they drive big rigs.
Sure.
And then put lights on them.
So this is like zombies, but created by
darkness.
External. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, there's no sun.
Gotcha.
They're trying to turn the sun back on. So.
How do you do that? How do you turn the sun back on?
Comic book science.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sure.
Because somehow someone turned it off, and there's a giant space god. And It's crazy, but it's cool. A really cool villain in Blacktop Bill. So it's cool. It's funny. There's always one cool like violent character named Bill.
Yeah.
Like Bill Butcher, or that's the only one I can think of. But Blacktop Bill.
Yeah.
No, Buffalo Bill. Who was Buffalo Bill?
Bill was from Silence of the Lambs.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, like
puts the lotion in the basket.
What's with our fascination with the word Bill? And I know the guy in Gangs of New York.
Oh,
his name was Bill something.
That's
right?
a wonderful movie, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen it once.
I like it a lot.
Directions I didn't think it was gonna go. This is a weird tangent. Just I didn't expect them to throw in the New York riots in the middle of that. I was
That is the first time I think that I learned that if you want to get rid of a body, you throw it into the pigs.
Yeah.
Just let them eat it.
Oh no, I learned that in Snatch.
Ah, okay.
You ever seen Snatch?
Yeah, I have seen Snatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Pigs are terrifying.
Pigs are rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't fall asleep around them. Apparently.
I used to own a giant pig in my backyard in the suburbs where I live now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's bacon now.
It was supposed to be a potbelly pig. But then our miniature potbelly, and when we got it there, we realized it is a very large potbelly because it grew to about 250 pounds and kept breaking out of my backyard.
Well, that's like when you buy a baby alligator. Obviously, it's going to grow up.
Sure.
Well, remember, what was
alligator.
that? I think his name was not Max Power, that one lieutenant in that episode of The Simpsons. Remember when Homer becomes the beer baron?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I forget his name, but it was funny. I just remember this part where Mo makes it look like a exotic pet shop, and he goes, "Just remember this, kid. I think it says like ostriches or elephants look cute as babies,
That's right.
but they grow up.
They all grow up.
And then from Marvel.
So what else is all of this?
Well, these are my top 3. I'm gonna get to those in a second.
Okay,
and then
great.
3 Marvel books. I got Moon Knight 22. It's really cool. A mainly about Tigra. I had no idea Tigra had a kid.
Huh.
And then I learned the whole backstory behind that kid. I was like, oh, that's messed up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then I got X-Men 22 and Captain Marvel 48. These are the cool Groot variant covers.
Groot variant covers.
You know, they're getting
Groot
hype.
variant covers.
Getting, Guardians 3 coming out soon. So like, draw something with Groot.
So what is Stormbreakers? Tell me what that is.
Oh, Marvel Stormbreakers are where this is the second year they've done it. Where or second grab. For 2 years they highlight 8 artists that they just pure artists that they highlight are their best, and like they'll they're supposed to be upcomers, but they've been in the industry for a while. Like these are they're exclusively signed with us, and they'll do variants. They'll do the biggest books.
These are beautiful covers.
Yeah, that's I got the Nick Klein. He's an amazing artist. He's about to start doing a Hulk book soon.
Yeah, this is super
Elena
detailed.
Casagrande, who she did Suicide Risk. She did a Black Widow run. She's not doing anything right now, but also like every once in a while they'll get special like variant covers they just do, and like they always look amazing.
The Casagrande cover is pretty. It's very well done. But the Klein cover, my God, it is detailed.
He just stopped doing Thor, and every issue he drew of Thor was fantastic.
Yeah, this is.
I should show you those.
Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff.
And then my top 3, in no particular order. I got Ambassadors #2, another Mark Miller book. I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
It continues a story. It's continuing an interesting story. I'm liking where it's going. It's basically where this woman just.
He's the Nemesis guy, right?
Yeah, he's the guy who wrote Nemesis. And it's cool. Good second issue about the Indian superhero. So I liked his backstory, and I'm wondering to see where it goes. I didn't realize. I thought each issue was going to be like a separate thing, but no, there's actually an overarching story here.
Wow.
Just different artists. But yeah,
that's great.
And then I got Black Cloak #4. It's a fairy tale murder mystery where it's basically a murder mystery with fairies and mermaids and wizards and witches and
soon
royalty
to be seen
and
on
bourgeoisie.
Netflix, I would imagine.
Maybe not. I don't know. It's not the art style is not for everybody, but I like the way it's written and I like the characters, and I just Kelly Thompson's one of my favorite writers.
It looks a little anime-ish as far as the art goes.
Oh yeah, that's again that's another variant. If you want, you can open it if you want.
Oh, that's okay. I don't want to touch your books.
Yeah. And then my #1 was Radiant Black 23. This was amazing. Just they're setting up that they're doing this big alien invasion story coming soon. So
okay, so these guys kind of look like Transformers or something on the front. What's their deal?
These are the invading alien robots.
Oh, okay.
They're some sort of connected to the Radiance. Radiant Black is basically a sort of Power Rangers.
Okay.
That's the best I could come up with.
I got you.
It's these spears come down from the skies and give people these superpowers, and they have these cool suits and stuff. So it's pretty interesting so far. So.
All right. This is a hell of a week.
Yeah, this is a hell of a week. I spent too much money, but it's worth it.
$4.
They're all $4.
Is that what comics go for now? Is $4?
If you're lucky, yeah.
Wow.
DC. I think I've told Zach this. I've told Zach this many times.
Yeah.
DC. The one thing they're doing that's really, really annoying is pretty much anything that they know people are going to buy is $5. Every Wonder Woman book is now $5. Every Superman and Batman book. Well, Batman's like on average $6.
Really?
And Superman's $5. Now, they're all $5 for the base covers. If you want some really cool variants, and they do this because they print the variants on better quality paper, so like it holds better, that's $6.
Wow.
It's always annoying because the variants are usually, these main covers are good. Like this is the cover for Superman #3 I'm getting next week. It's nice. It's interesting.
Oh, it's gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And I'm going to pull up one of the variants just here's this one, for instance. It's not as it's not maybe might like differently, but it's also another cool variant. This one's gonna be $6.
And it's just because it's on better paper.
Just because on better
it's got
paper.
Different art.
Yeah, it's different. They print all their variants on cardstock. Yes.
So they only put out so many, I guess, of the variants.
I don't know. That's up to the store's discretion on how much they order.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. But for next week, but yeah, and also for Marvel, every #1 issue. Even if it's only going to be a mini series, which is really annoying. Very rarely will it not be. It's always $5. Wow. Yeah, man. That's why I'm getting less and less #1s, just because it's annoying.
Dude, I can remember when these things were like 79 cents, and that was
a couple years back. They were only $3.
Yeah, Yeah, I remember when it first went to $1, and then it kept going up and up and up, and that's kind of why I finally got out, I think. I love comic books, and I've always loved the feeling that you get from comic books. I would much rather have a graphic novel after it's all done.
Yeah.
It's like a Netflix
Just buying a
series
trade,
or something,
yeah.
you know? Yeah.
I just don't like buying trades all the time, just because sometimes the trade. Sometimes there's something about like when you read Invincible, if you read it in trade, you can't like fully open it up, because like when you comic, you can just lay it flat.
Well,
it's dumb little things.
But
like
it's
that.
also like, you know, in watching Breaking Bad, right? I watched it when it came on TV rather than watched it on Netflix or whatever. And so each week you were like on the hook, you know, waiting for that next one. So I would imagine there's something to that.
The week after season 5, episode 14 to 15 was crazy for people.
That's right. That's right. And then if you do Better Call Saul, you know, the week after what's his name got killed, Howard got killed. I mean, you're just like, oh, sorry, spoilers. The few weeks after that, it was just excruciating. I never watched so much fan created fiction and theories and stuff as I did that week.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's lost with streaming. I mean, it's still there, but like now you can only save the big cliffhangers for end of seasons going into next season.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because like Stranger Things, I like Stranger Things, but there's never any. They can't do cliffhangers.
No,
because I can just watch it in 2 minutes. So you can have to save everything for the final episode.
The last one I really remember being cliffhangers was probably Game of Thrones. You know, that was and it's only because I watched it in real time.
Yeah.
You know?
And then there's a lot of stuff still coming out weekly, just not as you don't hear about it much.
Yeah, but see, even the stuff that comes out weekly, like Mandalorian. My wife and I, we just wait until the end and we watch it all. You know,
well, it also helps that they're only 30 minutes each.
Yeah. That's true.
There's two big cliffhangers. There's one big cliffhanger that I really remember that blew me away. Was I don't know if do you ever watch SVU?
No, my wife does, but I don't.
Oh, well, there was a season where season I want to say season 14. There's like 2 or 3 seasons where back-to-back banger cliffhangers. It's like, what the hell is gonna happen next? And this
what will Ice Cube do now?
Iced tea.
Oh, sorry.
It's just racist, Mike. There's this creep. Obviously, there's a rapist. He's a serial rapist, and he's insane. He's a stalker, and he.
Wait, are there some rapists that aren't insane? Is that what you're saying?
Anyway,
okay.
Played by Pablo Schreiber. I forget his name off the top of my head, but the season ends with the whole episode. They're like, this guy's clearly like, there's something wrong with this guy. And like, but he gets away on a technicality, and then the season ends, and you have to wait like 6 months to find out what happens. Yeah. He breaks into Olivia Benson's apartment, holds her at gunpoint, is like, "Hello, Detective Benson."
Oh man!
And then just hits her, and it goes to black. And you're like, "Well,
oh yeah."
I mean, clearly Olivia's not gonna die, but what if she could? What if she does? We're like, what's gonna happen?
Well, I think we've all been prepped that you can kill off main characters at this point, you know.
Yeah, but this was like 2014, so.
Oh yeah, you still couldn't kill off main characters.
I mean, granted, at this point now you couldn't, but I mean, Stabler was only been gone for like 3 years at that point, so it's SVU.
Who's that?
Remember? Oh yeah, you never watched SVU.
I never watched it. No.
Chris Maloney.
Oh okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Now you got me thinking about cliffhangers.
Poor Stabler.
I remember.
Cliffhangers?
Yeah. I remember in Grey's Anatomy when Meredith puts her hand in on that bazooka.
I don't
shell.
have any of that. No.
The guy just like, oh my god, how are they gonna get her out of this?
Remember in Gossip Girl where she fell in the well?
I never watched Gossip
Girl. And then everybody had to. No, it wasn't a real thing. I just made it up. Gossip Girl. Yeah, cliffhangers are really not a big thing anymore, and it's kind of sad, honestly, because there was something to collectively watching a series at the same time with everybody else in America, you know.
Yeah, because like I said, I guess Stranger Things, the way season 4 ended. Yeah. But it's just a season break. It's not really.
Yeah. Well, that used to not be a thing either, where they take a break halfway through the season. That's just it's the goofiest thing ever.
Yeah. Well, remember break? Yeah, I don't know.
And also, like TV shows used to have.
Wait, another great cliffhanger. Now I'm just thinking about cliffhangers again. Season 5, episode 8 of Breaking Bad. It ends with Hank finding out.
Oh yeah. He's on the toilet.
Yeah. It's like, what?
No, it's a great one. Yeah, that is a good one. No, TV shows used to have, 22, 25 episodes a season, that sort of thing, and now we're down to 8.
Well, I guess I get it. It's just because, one, there's much more production into TV.
Yeah. Way more expensive than it used to be.
You can argue there's more production.
Yeah.
Depends on the show.
I'm okay with it because I think Breaking Bad was the first one that I thought this. You made all the content and you kept the story arc and you don't need any more. You know, I mean, that's something the English are very good at, is ending a series when it should.
Yeah, but their episodes are ridiculously way too long.
It's true.
Like Sherlock, each episode was a damn movie length.
Yeah. My wife just got through watching what's the one with Idris Elba?
Luther.
Yeah, she just got through watching all the Luther stuff.
Yeah, each episode's like an hour and a half long, right?
Yeah. And then there was a new movie.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
Andy Serkis is in it. I know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we're gonna wrap up Bows, Foes, and Heroes.
This was great, man. I appreciate it.
Wait, let me say what I'm gonna get next week, so we can get back on topic.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna get next week.
A migraine.
Maybe a chalupa or something.
I'm picking up Superman #3.
Okay.
Rogue Sun 12 and No One #2. Massive verse books.
Yeah.
Same universe as Radiant Black.
Oh, okay.
All really good books.
Oh, that's cool. That there's several around that same.
Yeah, it's its own little universe and image. That's
Very
one.
nice.
It's one cool. We'll see if it keeps lasting this long. And Gunslinger Spawn 19. And there's a new Adam Warlock Rebirth book.
You're talking like Spawn?
Yeah, Gunslinger Spawn.
Oh,
this is a different Spawn who is a gunslinger. It's really cool. Drawn by Beth Booth.
Spawn is one of those characters to me that I think is iconic, especially for the way it came out and when it came out, because there was nothing else like that.
Especially when it has one crappy movie and one really good TV show.
Yeah,
30 years ago at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It really does not deserve to be treated the way it's been treated.
Mm-hmm. So, well, they're still planning on making a movie at some point. Just
as long as John Leguizamo's not anywhere near it, I'm good.
Man, I hate people. I like John Leguizamo. He's just been in some bad movies.
Great, yeah, he's been in some terrible movies.
So is Adam Sandler. People still love him.
He's all right.
Yeah.
The Pest.
Well, thank you again for listening. Sorry we went so off tangent.
Oh, come on.
Stay safe, everybody.
Golly gone.
Pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.